And welcome back, dearest brothers and sisters. So last time it was, what did we watch? It was Year Zero, I believe. I believe it was Year Zero. Um, so this time we'll be watching "Call Me Little Sunshine." I mean, pretty much every one of their songs, for Ghost, they just say, "Oh, listen to this one," and it's like basically every song that they have. So I mean, when you can't really choose which one to really watch, and it's like, oh, you watch this one, no, watch this one. It's like every single one of them is being recommended. I mean, that's pretty good for a band. That it's not just, oh, well, you need to just watch this. No, it's like every single song. Now, as I've said before, a lot of these songs are good, but I think it's just like the songs that got you introduced to the band are the ones that are always going to be the most memorable now. So for me, like I've said, Mariana Cross was the first one, simply because of freaking YouTube shorts. You know, places on Earth you didn't think was real. Uh, stuff like that. Um, Square Hammer, stuff like that. But as we're going on, they're still good, but they don't have that staying power like the first song or so you hear. Um, they all have one thing in common. There's always some. It seems like they always have some juicy riffs in there. You're sitting there, you're thirsty. Well, they've got you covered. They've got you covered. As soon as that kicks in, you're like, oh, that's good. You're like Hannibal Lecter. That you. Um, but yeah, Call Me Little Sunshine. So here we go.
Call out in the middle of the night. For when else would I hear you? Fall out in the cold starlight. I can save you if you do. You will never walk alone. You can always reach me. You will never ever walk little sunshine. Call me Mephistopheles. When you feel wrong, just call me little sunshine.
Okay, so first the visuals, amazing as usual. Um, they're not if you know the guy of Monsters and Men, that little group, the song Little Talks, that the kind of visuals that I'm kind of getting from this, very surreal, very, almost abstract at some points. You have the mixture of like hand drawn or painted or whatever mixed with live action, and it gives this very surreal, almost like fever dream type feel. You have this devil type creature coming out. His face is warped and elongated at some points. He's got the horns like you would expect from the devil, and fire, and got the color red, which people associate with the devil. Um, with a lot of just very abstract at some points, and just the mixture of animated and like art, hand drawn or painted, and you see that in a lot of their stuff, which I really really love. It just creates such original a work. It really, if you don't remember the song much, the visuals of the video are what you'll remember, because it is so different than what you normally see from everyone else. And being able to stick out like that, so 50 years from now, it's like, oh yeah, Ghost. Oh yeah, the one with the videos. It had all the like animated. But I really love the visual. It's got a nice kind of mellow, uh, thing going on, but with them, you never know. It could easily pick up, or it could slow down, or it could just stay that all the way. You never know what to expect with them. So.
Light up in the middle of the day. For how else could you see me? Ease up to the hunter from the prey and transform indefinitely. You will never walk alone. You can always reach me. You will never ever walk alone. Little sunshine, call me Mephistopheles. When you feel alone, just call me Little sunshine. You will never walk alone. You can always reach me. You will never ever walk alone. You will never walk alone. You can always reach me. You will never ever walk alone. You will never walk alone. You can always reach me. You will never ever walk alone. Even when you're dead and gone, you can always reach me. All you gotta do is call me. Call me. Call me. Little sunshine. Call me Mephistopheles. When you feel alone, just call me Little sunshine.
Okay, so it seems to be some kind of either message, drugs related, or just flat out devil, calling upon him. But it not only seems to be the devil, but this seems to be like an afterlife. You've got the souls of the damned right there. Uh, almost like she was traveling along the river Styx, going to the underworld. And this creature was the one, taking her there. You see her on a boat and everything crossing, and now she's in this place full of shadows, and so it's like the souls of the damned. So I'm sure there's an actual meaning behind it. This is just what I'm interpreting from the first viewing of it. If I went back and watched it over and over, I'm sure I could get the meaning, but that's just kind of what it looked like for me. It's like this, the woman was there, and if it could have been, could have been alive at first, but whatever happened, whether it be the drugs or making a deal with the devil, this or that, she's now being taken over, down the river Styx, and arriving in this land of shadows, the land of souls of the damned. And when you hear "you will never walk alone," even when you're dead and gone, just call me. So that seems like it's hinting more at, like, Satan or devil or whatever you want to call him. Because especially if you're dead and gone, I mean, if it has to do with drugs, I mean, I don't think drugs will do anything when you're dead and gone. So when you're telling someone, when you're dead, when you're dead and gone, you can call me, seems more like it's actually kind of like what we're actually seeing is the devil. But I love the visuals. This visual of all of the, just these outlines, this darkness that's there, basically waiting for her. Now, like, it could be the souls of people who have already there, or they could be ghosts of her past, really, people who are now there to confront her and torture her for eternity. But either way, they're just shadowy apparitions. We don't get to see their faces. But but I just love this very like realistic setting, but it's almost like this underworld where you see these souls, these shadowy apparitions, whatever they're supposed to be. Um, so again, it could be, you know, about death. It could be about, it could be a mixture of everything. You know, someone leading a terrible life, you know, going to the dark side, you know, and finding solace in the devil. Um, you know, neglecting everything else and just kind of finding comfort in that darkness, in the stuff that, you know, kind of dancing with the devil. And when they say, you know, it says when you're dead and gone, you can call me. Like, hey, when you've called on you relied on me this much, you know, you always found solace in you know, comfort and relying on me. So when you're dead and everything, call me. You know, I will provide you what you're looking for. Um, which is, I mean, still beautiful when you think about it. Um, even even if you believe about the devil and all that, and you know, the Prince of Lies and sin and this and that, you know, just it's like, hey, I accept you for who you are. Okay, you're a human. Human sin. I'm not like the other guy who like expects you to be perfect. But if you need someone, even when you're dead and everything, you know, you can come with me. But yeah, just the visuals, like this very like static body, but like superimposing his face onto it. Like the face itself is like moving around, but it's like a static singular. It's just it's very weird, you know. And the face is morphing, and um, like I said, it's a very surreal, very fever dreamish. You got this like open landscape where it's basically just her, you know, and like this outside, there's it's just like barren. Um, but yeah, for the meaning of it, I'm sure there's a meaning. But again, this is just my interpretation of it. Um, I mean, that kind of, you know, you would look at that and kind of, there's like, yeah, that kind of says everything. Um, but I also love Shovel or whatever it is. That's so cool looking. But also whatever she's got right there, like the moon in her hands or spirit or whatever it's supposed to be. But and then she's got these spirit, you know, shadowy apparitions waiting for her. But yeah, that was Call Me a Little Sunshine. Um, I mean the vocals different almost every single time. Just the range that Tobias has is crazy. The music, like I said, always if you're thirsty, there's always going to be some juiciness in there with those riffs. They got you covered. You know, they've got you covered. Um, you know, his play on words sometimes, the messages that, you know, you can skew is like one thing, but it's another. Maybe it's not, and maybe it's actually this, and where you actually have to look up the meaning to understand it because it could mean several things. Just, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's perfect, but I mean, this is when it comes to music and videos, it's about as perfect as you can get. It tells a story. It's up for you to interpret, even if it has a clear meaning. It's up for you to interpret it, and the vocals are always good. The harmony of everything working together. Nothing is too overpowering. You know, you have some bands where you can barely hear the vocals because you've got the friggin' drums, boo, boo, in the friggin' background. It's just absurdly annoying. But everything just works together so perfectly. Um, so yeah, but yeah, whatever your or if there is whatever the actual meaning is, but be by all means let me know. Um, that's what I like about interpretations. It could be anything. If there is a meaning, like I said, by all means let me know. Um, or if there is no meaning, what do you take it as? this interpretation. Leave that below. Anyway, that's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.